Alrighty guys, I'm going to go through the first part of the review sheet, and then there'll probably be a second video to do the second part, so kind of pause it along the way as you need to get all your answers filled in. So another reminder, I'll be here in the morning or tomorrow at lunch if you have any sort of questions. So looking at question number 1, what is the function of blood and what type of tissue is blood? So remember, blood transports everything throughout the body. So blood transports everything throughout the body. So when I say everything, I'm talking like nutrients, gases, minerals, waste products, okay? Everything gets transported basically through the blood throughout the body. And then the second part of this question is what type of tissue is blood? If you remember back from last semester, it is actually a type of connective tissue. So if you put that on your paper, you did well. Good for you. You remembered. Okay? So blood just is a transporting agent to get things throughout the body, and it is a type of connective tissue. Question 2. Sorry, I was trying to add another page here. Question 2 says blood is made up of solid and liquid components. What are the solid and what are the liquids? So our solid components are our red blood cells, okay, which remember if we want to get real fancy, we could say erythrocytes. Okay, our white blood cells, which again, if we want to get fancy, we could call them leukocytes, and our platelets. Okay, so those are our 3 solid components, and then we have 1 liquid component, and that is the plasma. Okay. Question 3 says the Buffy coat consists of blank and blank. Remember, that is your platelets and white blood cells. Okay. So remember, that was a very small bit of blood. It was that little white strip that we colored. Okay. Question 4 asks what percent of plasma is water. And remember, it is mostly water, so it's going to be 90% water. And then the rest is like gases, nutrients, things like that, but it is mostly water. Question 5, blood accounts for approximately 8% of your body weight. Okay. Question 6 says, what is the function of erythrocytes? And list a few characteristics. So remember, erythrocytes are red blood cells. They are going to help carry oxygen. And remember a couple characteristics. They almost look like a donut. They're donut shaped, or you could even say a disc. They have no nucleus, and they have very few organelles. Okay, so not very complicated at all. So very few organelles. Okay. Question 7 says, what is the function of leukocytes? Remember, leukocytes is a fancy word for white blood cells. So remember, these are to fight infection, or you could even say immunity. Question 8, what is the average number of white blood cells in 1 cubic millimeter of blood? So remember, that is about 7,000 to 11,000. So anytime you get out of that range, something could be wrong with you. Question 9 says differentiate between leukocytosis and leukopenia. Remember, leukocytosis is when your white blood cell count is high. Okay, so that's when it gets, remember up here we said it should be between 7,000 and 11,000. Well, anytime you get above that 11,000 could be leukocytosis. And remember, this just indicates an infection. Your body is trying to fight something off. So it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. It means your body's working to fight something off. Okay? And then the other one in question 9 is leukopenia. And this is just the opposite when your white blood cell count is low. So remember, that's normally below 4,000. So this, remember we talked about cancer drugs like radiation, chemo. If somebody has a autoimmune disorder like HIV, lupus, something like that, their white blood cell count could also be low. Okay, I'm going to actually stop this video right here, just in case YouTube only lets me have so many minutes. So be sure you've got 1 through 9 before you continue on to the next one.